All right, this next band coming up is one of the best old-time minstrel bands you'll ever want to hear. They are professional guys, and we are so fortunate to have these guys. They'll tell a history of what the music is all about and what kind of music they play. I'm sure that you will really enjoy this group. They've been with us before a long time ago, and we're so lucky to have them back. We appreciate it so very much, them coming to be with us. Without further ado, let's put our hands together and give a great big warm opera house to Dr. Horsehair and the Old-Time Minstrels.
Thank you. About this time, you're asking yourself, why are those fellas dressed like that? Well, we're playing the music from the 1840s through about the 1880s, and this is the way normal people dressed back in those days. Right down to our metal buttons and our square-toed brogans. We're dressed accurately. We sing everything accurately, except we don't wear blackface, and he's got steel strings on his guitar. Outside of that, we're accurate. Yep, you can go to the museum here, you can hear the museum, and some of us are museum quality up here too. They're going to do a song, another Stephen Foster song. You've probably heard fiddlers in the parking lot fiddle this. They call it Angeline the Baker. Stephen Foster wrote it in 1852, and he named it Angelina Baker. That's where I was born. I used to be the whole creation. happy all the day, till Angelina Baker came and stole my line of way. Angelina Baker's gone. She left me here to weep a tear and bleed on the old jawbone, Mr. Bone. Rattle them bones, brother. I've seen my Angelina in springtime and the fall. I've seen her in the cornfield, I've seen her at the ball. And every time I see her, she's smiling like the sun. She left me here to weep a tear, but Angelina's gone. Angelina Baker's gone. She left me here to weep a tear, and bleed on the old jawbone. Summer day, asked for Angelina, they said she's gone away. Well, I don't know where to find her, cause I don't know where she's gone. She left me here with a tear and bleed on the old jawbone. Angelina Baker's gone. She left me here with a tear and bleed on the old jawbone. Thank you. We're going to talk about our own Mr. Bones. You know, back in the old days, the minstrel shows, everybody had to have a banjo and a bones player. Well, we just happen to have the best bones player in the United States. As a matter of fact, our own Mr. Bones is the national champion bones player of the United States. Since the other two guys died, there's only 3 of them. It was a seniority thing, you know. There's a young guy following him around, wants to be champion, and I don't think it'll be very long, because you see, bones players are a dying breed. Come up to talk to him after the show, look at his face, you'll know what I mean. Dying breed.
Speaking of dying, they're dying of boredom. They want music, not talk.
I've never been talked to like that before.
Well, you just did.
I represent that statement, you know. Okay, well, enough for you. I was going to tell them more, but after that, I won't. We're going to do another song and demonstrate Mr. Bones a little bit. Back in the old days, in the 1840s, 50s, the minstrels used to travel with the circus. And while they were taking the high wire down and putting up the flying trapeze, these minstrels would come out dressed like us and they'd play. So Mr. Bones used to live back in those days anyway, so we're going to do a song they used to play called the Circus Jig. I thought you were going on strike and picketing for a minute. break. There's a man, they called him Jake. He picked up on the banjo string. This is a song that he do sing. We, oh my true love, oh come along my darling, oh fare thee well my darling, gal, I'm quiet over the mountain too. Come along and go with me. We're flying away to Tennessee. Horse and cart put you round. Walk uphill and put it down. We, oh my true love, oh come along my darling. Oh fare thee well my darling gal, I'm flying over the mountain. One more kiss will break my heart. It's your horse up to the rail. It's you fast both head and tail. We, oh my true love, oh come along my darling, oh fare thee well my darling gal, I'm flying over the mountain. Thank you. That's Over the Mountain. That's not a German song. Ober is Ebonics for over. And we've been singing Ebonics for a long time before they started teaching it in school. That's from around 1840. That was on the top 10 list back around 1840, 1841. We were in the Library of Congress several years ago looking for songs back from that period of time, and we found one. And when they brought the book out, you just don't take a book off the shelf there. Yeah, they bring it out to you, and when we opened it up, the cover was so old it would flake off in your hand. But that didn't stop me. I went and Xeroxed all the songs in it anyway. This is one of the songs that we found in that book, and it's called Nicodemus Johnson. It's about the war between the states, or from their viewpoint, the Civil War, and but it has a northern perspective. But this song probably hasn't been performed in over 100 years until we cranked it up. So it's kind of fun to find out what they were playing back in those days on the minstrel stage. Is before you to sing about my name and occupation. I come from over Virginia State, the best in all the nation. Whoa-ho, whoa-ho, for Nicodemus Johnson. Succession, so we had to leave the old plantation. I thought the leaving time there would be an aggravation. Whoa-ho, whoa-ho, for Nicodemus Johnson. War would end in peace would through the nation, and I'd go back to Dixieland and stay there. I isn't in contraband, I loves the old plantation. Whoa-ho, whoa-ho, for Nicodemus Does that mean you liked it or you didn't like it? You better watch out, Mr. Bones. I told you she sometimes climbs the stage, you know. Anyway, we have a song that's back from the 1840s. This particular song is a real hardcore minstrel song. Actually, it's a soap opera from the 1840s. Now, they didn't have TV sets and radios to do their soap operas, so they had to wait for the minstrels to come to town, and then they would do a soap opera right in front of you. Now, in this particular song, there's three characters. An old man out in a field hoeing corn. And the second character is a crow that sits up in the tree, and his name is King. I always thought you'd call dogs King, but these days they call the crows King. Old King Crow is the name of the song. The third character is the old man's wife, Jenny. The trouble is, when he knocks off for lunch, which in those days was called dinner, because dinner was called supper, he'd go in to get the hoe cakes, and she never had the hoe cakes done. And so he would complain and play some more music. Wouldn't have the hoe cakes done. Well, the trouble was, back in those days, see, they didn't have any women minstrels. They didn't believe in it. No, the National Organization of Women picketed and everything. It didn't matter. They just wore their black face and didn't have women minstrels. There was more important things in those days. So what they all had to do was one of the men had to be a woman, see? Well, when it came to our turn, we didn't want to do it, and so we drew straws. In fact, we got this bale of hay. We drew straws for about a week and a half, and finally we ran out of straws, and the last guy that had a straw had to be the woman in this particular song. So as soon as our woman gets her makeup on, we're going to be ready to sing Old King Crow. What are you laughing at? Now, I'm the old man, and that's my wife.
I'm sorry.
You could have taken that fake beard off when you came out here.
Oh!
It's still inside my ear. Oh, yeah. Ah, thank you, dear. Here's Old King Crow from 1840. Oh, gentlemen, hear what I got to say. Get out my back and let you know. It all happened on a very fine day. It's all about that old King Crow. That old King Crow, he's the biggest thing I know. He never say nothing but Oh, Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
Oh, don't bother me!
Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
I said it ain't done!
Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
Oh, don't bother me! I bet you another hoe cake when I'm done!
He's a good cook, though. Someone hollered, I look up in the old oak tree, and there he sat, that old King Crow. That old King Crow, he's the biggest thing I know. He never say nothing but Oh, Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
Oh, don't bother me!
Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
I said it ain't done!
Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
Oh, don't bother me! I'll bet you another hoe cake when I'm done!
I'm getting mighty hungry. Shoot you with my hoe. And he said, but spread his wings and away he flew, that old King Crow. That old King Crow, he's the biggest thief I know. He never say nothing but Oh, Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
Don't bother me!
Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
It ain't done!
Jenny, fetch a hoe cake.
Oh, don't bother me! I'll bet you another hoe cake when I'm done!
It's too late now. I gotta go back to work. My old mule calling me. The hogs are calling me. Not hogs, I said dog. Thank you. Now that was real minstrel music, and of course you can imagine those guys up there with black all over their faces and their eyes rolling all over the place doing these songs. But well, I told you we had some antiques.